Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom,
And I am Mike.
and today, Blind Fight Friday. Whoop, whoop. First and foremost, happy 4th of July to everybody.
4th of July to everybody.
So we didn't disrupt the normal routine. Blind Fight Friday, we what we normally do. Mike will pick 2 random samples out of our sample pool
I
collection.
think I'll pick it out of his ass.
Oh, wow. There it is. Who doesn't
Go
want
ahead.
that? It's ass picking. So,
It doesn't look like a bad choice.
well, we'll
Keep
see.
on trucking.
He might have let it go, So we will try to guess all the stuff in here, type, proof, price. It doesn't matter. It is whiskey against whiskey. And
Holy
again,
Christ, this is
we move these around, so we never know. There's 40 different pairs that are in here. So some of these have been in here since the beginning of the channel. Some of these are suggestions that you may have suggested, and if that's the case, you're going to see in a minute your name rolling through. Some of these are something that I can't see anything either. It's weird looking through these because there's 3 different colors. Some of these are something I concocted. So. And again, it's just whiskey against whiskey. We paired them up, and I like doing it this way because we have no clue on what it can even be. So it's just literally what's in the glass.
I have no clue what I can even see.
You're going to see the thumbnails, and you're also going to see the B-roll because hindsight's 20/20, and you're going to get to see what we're drinking. We're just going to look like fools and guess. Ooh, I don't hate the nose.
I was going to say, it has a pretty good nose. Caramel marshmallow to me.
Okay, I don't hate that as notes. I get your caramel, not so much the marshmallow, but usually when you say that, that's
you
usually
never
oak.
seem to get that one. But
Yeah, I try to steer away from marshmallow.
Well,
So I just want to state this for the record. So we recently just did blackened. I want to compare whatever the hell I just drank to that. It was fuller, it was thicker, it was richer, and way more flavorful.
and carrying proof.
Okay,
This
so
one's carrying proof.
I don't
as
know
well.
what we just drank, but
I'm
we
with
were
you.
trying to figure out what was wrong with blackened, and all of those things were lacking. Like this, whatever this
it
was way better.
It was starting to come around,
And I don't even think it was as proofy. Like this drank less proofy than the blackened did.
This one,
It has a proof from
this
the
one
coke.
seemed.
but
I'd say we're in the same category.
I didn't hate any part of whatever this was.
I'm with you. The nose is way better right off the bat.
Right. And just the viscosity and the oiliness and the actual makeup of the flavor. It's not in play here, and I apologize when I do that. But sometimes you think back to what you had, and you're like, did we like it really? Did we really like it? This is better. Whatever this is already better on the first sip.
I'll agree. You screwed up my train of thought. I don't know if it's the glasses or my.
Yeah, I was
brain.
going to say, I did that. Oh, yeah. Second sip is better than the first. Man, that's good. I don't know what that is, but that is right there.
It has pretty good legs.
There's nothing I don't dislike about
No,
that
because
at all.
there's a sweetness to a nut,
Yep.
to an oak finish. So that's a pretty
I
good
can't
ride.
wait to see what I put it up against. This is a tricky one, too, because it's carrying a proof. Like, I'm tasting.
It
like
is carrying a
But
proof.
it doesn't seem as hot as what the other. Like, I don't know if I want to go to a 120. I don't think
I'm-
it's that high. You think you're up there?
I think I do
Okay.
because it's settling in my throat way more than yesterday's, which that was the only credit or the bigger credit that I gave the other days
Yep.
was
It
was
didn't go in your
120, but
throat?
it didn't. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
See, and I was lighting
carrying.
my tongue up. This one
It
just
did.
tasted way better.
But this is like my tongue, but it still sits in my throat. So this nose is pretty good too.
Okay.
This one's more caramel-esque.
You think so?
Yep.
I'm making weird faces over here. This one has a weird smell to it. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
It's
I don't know what this is.
not as weird as the other day.
Yeah, it is. In a different way, but it's bringing a weird flavor. I actually probably made a bunch of goofy faces while I was waiting for you to smell it.
Then zoom in when you're a date.
I usually do. Whatever that weird smell was, I got it on the palate too.
What's weird? This one almost seems like a rye.
That would make sense.
This one to me is a rye. Now, if that's a rye, then that's a nice bourbon-esque rye.
That would make sense because it does have that. That's that weirdness. Like it threw me off of coming off a glass one.
Well, it did, but I get a hint of a mint in this one.
Yep.
And
that's where that weird flavor is.
And not in a bad way.
Nope,
It's still probably just as proofy. But I'm thinking this is a rye, and that's probably a rye too. It's just a better,
sip too.
more bourbon-esque rye. I'm not getting a mint in the nose though. I can't see it. God,
It's a rye. That's what it is. There's no way that you picked this. Schmiegel's ass did it. Teleported it.
I'm definitely going 2 as a rye.
All right, and 1 is
100%.
All right, there's no way. I literally put this in like a week ago. Last week. If that's what this is.
I don't know when you did that, but
okay. So 1 is a bourbon, not even a question.
Well, in my
and
head,
2 is a rye.
I didn't know you mixed them often. You don't do that.
I didn't, and I want to say it was last week or the week before. Steve was over here, and he says, "I would like to see you put Copper and Cask against Copper and Cask Rye." And I'm like, "I like that. We're going to see which one wins." And that just made me think that I think we might be drinking that. Because this is a great caramel-esque coated, delicious flavor.
And I'm 200% to my left. Is 1 for me is my favorite flavor. Am I disappointed with 2? No. But there's a little bit of extra.
But now that I know what I'm drinking, like it threw me off of 1. No, but it is. No, that's a rye. That tastes like a rye.
2 does, 100%. Yeah. 1 does not.
1 is banging, though.
One is, and it's an easier drinker.
Let me go back.
But I guarantee it's still up there in proof. But it's an easier drinker.
If it is Copper and Cask versus Copper and Cask, they're both going to be 120-ish.
Well, and the rye would obviously make it feel more harsh. And I'm not disappointed with it. It just carries that note that stands out.
It's delicious in every single way, but going up against a bourbon, you're going to have a hard time. Man, I like that, though. I couldn't figure out what the tweak was, and that's what it is. It threw me so much off the first one. I'm like, what does that smell? I was making weird faces over here. That's what it is, because it tastes like a rye.
No, yeah, it stood out to me.
You picked it out of the third one in the middle, huh?
Well, I just being a.
It's funny because I shuffle these up.
I seen you even move it around. I just said, oh, let me just pull it out of the
No, like when I do them, I never stick them in the same spot in the rack that we do, and I
do
never
or
stick
do
the
it,
rack in
you
the
are
same
correct.
spot. Yeah,
They go way different too.
Let me see. Yeah, no, we put again. That's the fun part of shuffling them up.
I personally like 1. It's an easier drinker a little bit, but I just like those flavors a little bit more.
Better.
Not that
I really like.
Not that I don't like 2.
1 is spectacular too, though. It really is.
That's where
there is not lacking in any way.
Nope. Nose.
And I definitely get your mint on the nose. That was that weird. I'm like, what does that smell? I was making weird faces because it was the mint. And I didn't expect the mint because there was 0 mint in this one.
No, it was, but I got the flavor. I got it in a taste on 2, not so much in my nose. I still don't really get it in the nose. I might get you a little apricot.
I think I'm getting a hint of it. That's what I'm liking about it, to be honest with you. A hint of an apricot in the front. You get that cooling sensation, and then it's just a big oaky presence at the end.
I'm still a favor of 1.
I know. I am leaning towards 2, but I really like 1 too.
2's got pretty good, a heavy caramel-esque nose as well.
And a huge viscosity too. It hangs on for days.
Well, yeah, because it does give that extra numbness. So it does. I'll give you that. Yeah, but
I want to tie them myself because I like them both. Man, that 1 is.
They are totally different.
Yeah,
but
night and day.
I like the ease of 1 and the whole bourbon flavor.
Could this be like OGD 114 or something stupid? No, not OGD. Like
I don't believe it's that one.
My mind just went blank. Like the
I can't help you with that. It doesn't.
The other
it doesn't come
114
in.
one, the white bottle that we had. Oh, it
Oh,
doesn't
barrel?
matter. No, never mind. It'll come to me. With the old man on it, the rye. Old overhaul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it is rye against rye.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that. You think it's that? I don't think it's. I don't. I thought that had a little more mint into it. It doesn't even matter. It does that. That's irrelevant. Maybe I'm wrong. I think this might be a bourbon and a rye.
I think it's copper and cask against copper and cask.
And
but I really do like this rye too, though.
I do, but I think I really like one better.
I think we can draw.
And that's a 50-50.
You know what? I think we might have to draw this. It's going to be because of the fact that I do really like this one.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing bad about it. I mean, the nose is great.
The problem is glass. The one is spectacular. As I think two just brings a little bit more to the table with that little rye spice that I really like.
You do, and you tend to like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like that, then you're going to be with me. With this is more in the bourbon land, which has just as much flavor.
It does. And it really does.
And you don't get that little tweak. So, that's
a draw. There's nothing wrong with a draw. It just means these are two banging bottles. That's the key with that.
100% say yes. I would not be disappointed with either one of them.
No,
at all.
No, and on any given day, I drink both of them happily. Absolutely. I have to lean a little towards. There is just a slight more complexity.
459 for me.
I think you did. I think you picked the ones I just put in. 460.
What's the chances the little guy shit it out?
I have no idea because we move them around so much. I don't even usually put them in the middle. I must have put them in the middle the other day. There it is. It is. So it is a draw today. We're going to go with both of them. And this is the 459. It's the Copper and Cask Bourbon at 117.2 proof. We got it for $41.95.
You can't beat that.
And the 460 is the Copper and Cask finished in a rum, oak, and sherry barrel rye. It is 120.4 proof, and we got it for $56.99.
So I did say it was drinking hotter.
Yeah.
But now that you say all those, I do get like a sugar cane note.
That's what I mean. It brought just a little bit more complexity to me. Like I love every part of that. If you get a chance to get that Copper and Cask rye, we've only found it once. Steve found it, and this is, thank you, super fan of the channel. Steve suggested this one of the days he was over here, and I said, I'd love to put that in because I'd be curious to see. And we happen to use a Copper and Cask that was Luke's of Cape Cod is the one I actually used.
And it's not overpowering mint at all. It has all kinds of, it really is delicious.
You do get that fruit in the front. You do get that like a caramel and then a cooling sensation and an oaky presence. To me, it's just that crazy wild ride that I really enjoy. And that's the only reason why I went with the rye over what happened to be the bourbon. But man,
there is no real loser here.
100%. The only real loser is if you don't ever get a chance to try this. They're honestly, because these are phenomenal. The Copper and Cask, everything we've done by them so far,
correct,
has been spectacular. Even to the point of,
we know nobody down there, but they do put out the best.
We should. They're not even that far from us. That's the funny part. But even the coffee one, where Mike doesn't like coffee, they nailed the flavor. They 100% nailed the flavor. So,
and it was still delicious.
It was good.
Well, if you like coffee.
No, 100%.
I wasn't negative on it.
Though. Because it hit exactly what they were shooting for.
They did.
Yeah. So, well, there you go. Again, that's Blind Fight Friday.
Like all kind. What'd you say? Different.
It's finished in a rum, oak, and sherry cask.
Yeah. Well, so we missed all. We missed all of those. It
does have that nice apricot-y front though, and it got that cooling sensation with an oaky presence. These are both excellent.
Agreed.
You know, if you see a Copper and Cask and you've been avoiding it because nobody else promotes these things, I say take a chance. It's $55 usually. You know what I mean? This was a little bit more. We got one for like 41. We got one for 56. Yeah. They're in it, and they're always decent priced, and they're just 100%. Flavorful.
41 to 65 usually. Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, the rise the most we've ever paid is 56. I think out of all of them, and usually they're in the 55ish.
Even 65, it's still
100%.
It's still a bargain.
Not even a question.
Both of these are gonna smoke what we did the other day.
Both of these did smoke what we did the other day. That was my exact point. One killed it, and I like two better. So to me, yes, they both brought a complexity.
Saved you $20.
Yeah, that other one.
So if
didn't
you're on
have.
vacation, that's a bottle to look for.
Yeah, 100%. So well, there you go. That's Blind Fight Friday. If you want to see a future Blind Fight Friday, leave a comment down below because I will write your name down and I will run you as we're doing it on here. And again, thank you, Steve. Awesome suggestion.
It
and
was.
Unfortunately, it is a draw today because and I kind of thought it might be.
I don't know if it's
because
unfortunate.
They're both delicious.
It's a great
just
sales
I
pitch.
knew I do preference usually. I do like the rye more than you do. You know what I mean? So I had a feeling.
But the bourbon gave a nice ride.
You're not hurting on the bourbon. The bourbon is delicious. Absolutely.
agree.
There's a reason one of these were in our top 10 last year.
It might not be far off.
No,
again.
if we have another one in the sack.
And if I
for
see
this
more,
year,
I'll definitely grab it.
100%. Because we haven't had a bad one yet. So there you go. That's our review.
This is
That being
delicious.
said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Happy 4th of July, everyone.
Happy 4th.
Spend less, drink more. Cheers.